let's have a conversation. You're here, not there, because my phone is here, right? Okay, but the lens is here, so you understand if I'm flip flopping back and forth, but I'm gonna try to stare at you directly so we can make eye contact. Very few things excite me. There's not a lot. I am very excited for my suit to get here. I was told Wednesday, it's Tuesday. I'm not tripping on that right now because I'm here for other things. I don't talk about it much here because it's not really for public consumption. Not everybody is up on it, not everybody's on board. So it can be difficult attempting to explain it to people. But as of late, I have been running into other people who have similar experiences. So I'm going to share a few of them with you now. How do I? Asia's a witch. Not like a bewitch witch where she and like shit appears, but like a witch. We have crystals and stones and herbs. Asia makes like moon water and like sages the house. Like this common knowledge. We've talked about these things before here. Like Asia is on it. What I haven't spoken about is that Kari is actually also on it. Oh, what is it, baby? I'm not mad at you no more. I'm not mad no more, big girl. It's okay. Kari draws sigils, and he doesn't do them often, but when he does, they work to 100% effectiveness. Now, I'm not going to give you his instances and put it out there because one, that's not my business. Two, that's not my story. And three, he might not want people to know all of that. Maybe that's a thing he shared with us. Don't know. But I can tell you that a couple of weeks ago, just before the new moon, Asia did a sigil and asked for a position that was right for her. Not a job, not, oh, we need some money. She specifically said she wanted a position that was right for her. And then she got a call from an agency encouraging her to apply to a security place that she hadn't even heard of. Like they saw her shit and came to her and was like, "You should apply for this." And she did. And she's still going through all the phases now. Like she's still working it out. She considers this her dream G4S job. Like if you zoom back through these videos far enough, you'll see the videos where I got the job at G4S for the first time, and I was so happy. I was so content with myself that things that like G4S saved our lives, like seriously. And if this is G4S level for G4S is just the name of a security company, by the way. That's not like code words for like good for soup or something. Good for my family has mojo. Recently, like we tend to lucid dream quite a bit. I'm not even gonna get into dreams and tracks and try to explain that to you definitionally. Look, a lot of this you're gonna have to take my word for it, and if you don't, that's cool too. Because I'm not really looking to convince nobody. I am aware of what's happening, and the truth does not need your approval. My family's got a little bit of mojo. I've watched this mojo take place in real time. Things are happening. Like, if you just really want to get technical about it, I haven't been a full time employee anywhere since July of 2019. I have been coasting. First was unemployment, then it was the pandemic, then there was more pandemic benefits, then there was stimulus, then there was stimulus, then my son went back to work. I have been coasting since 2019. Like, it's been good. And I say things like things keep working out for me, and then people are just like, yeah, whatever. But there are stories. My one of my closest friends, my longest friend. I won't put Monica out here by putting her name out there. Hi, Monica. Won't do that to you. But she had been having a rough go at it, and I was trying to tell her, hey, things are always working out for me, and the universe is going to give you what you ask for, whether you want it or not. So tell the universe what you want. If you go, oh, this is a bullshit job, it's never going to work out, you're telling the universe you want a bullshit job and it's never going to work out. And you find that lane, you stay in that lane, and then you coast in that lane, and then the universe gives you everything you were asking for, and you go, why is my job so shitty? It's what you asked for. It's what you wanted. I had to explain that to her, and she wasn't hearing me at all. But finally, I was able to break her down. It took her a while. It took her a while to get there. But now she's at a point where she's accepted that. And once she did fully, she sent me a message. She says, hey, not only did I leave my old job, not only was I about to quit my new job because I wasn't getting enough hours, the owner of the company realized my value and they created a position just for me to get me to stay. She's now the head of something like this program didn't exist before her. It exists now for her, specifically for her. So, fuck. We lucid dream, and sometimes Asia pops up in mine, sometimes I pop up in hers, sometimes we run into each other. But recently, very recently, we bumped into a friend of mine whom I've been friends with for a very long time. And I won't put them up there like that because I don't know where they are or if they're ready for that. She sent me a message at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. my time because time zones. I'm not even going to dox her by saying where she is. But it was early for me. And she said, hey, I just had a dream. I was in an airport. I saw you and I hugged you. And she went on to tell me how that made her day and it made her feel good. I recalled on my track, I call them tracks, on my track, seeing her and giving her a hug, but it was vague. To be honest, like I think I had done a couple of things that night, so it was vague and not really prevalent. But then Asia got up at 10 and was telling me about her track where she bumped into this friend and remembered all of us hugging and then sitting around and talking. We then got on the phone with our friends. Well, not phone, like who talks on the phone, like Messenger and like Facebook or whatever. But we started comparing notes and determined where the airport was, like and what we were doing in relation to it, and that we were all there. Group delusion, sure, you could say group delusion, but the people in question I've never met in person. Like, and let's talk about how most of the people in my life are people that I met online, and the people that I did face to face at one point or another, not as cool with them. Go figure. But we were able to determine, like, we were all there, and you can't say, oh, it's because we all hang out. We don't. There was no group delusion. This was about an airport I had never been in a city, in a state I have never traveled to, but I can remember with clarity seeing her and hugging her. And it was funny because I was talking to her sister who was also there. And I was like, I remember picking you up and hugging you and spinning you around and thinking to myself, that's rude. I shouldn't be picking you up and spinning you around because of profession that she's in. I'm not going to dox her, but she's in a very professional sort of profession. And I don't want to put it out there. So, but it felt rude to pick her up and spin her around. She was like, "No, no, I actually hope you do." Like she's expecting it. But the point is, these things are happening. Like I'm running into people, and I'm only here and saying this now because it happened to me again this morning. I'm speaking to a friend of mine. I will protect her name for copyright sake. Was talking to a friend. Hey, big girl. Here's my big girl. Hey, big girl. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. That's my dog. I'm talking to a friend of mine, and she's telling me about a track that she was on. I'm just gonna call them tracks. I'm not gonna try to dumb it down and say, "Oh, it was a dream." It was a track for me, where she saw her sister-in-law. Oh, I shouldn't have doxed that. Fuck. So, member of her family had, despite being vaccinated, got got COVID and passed away, and it was shitty. And she woke up like, oh man, that's really shitty, only to discover it had happened. Like that was a thing elsewhere that was happening in real time. And she came to me and was like, that's weird. And I was like, it's actually not if you think about it. Like the CIA let go of documents that prove we're in a holographic universe and we're all really kind of like the same entity vibrating differently. Like it really makes sense that you would be able to pick up on somebody else who was sensitive, but you can't tell people that. You can't open the conversation with things like that. And it makes me happy when I come across other people who are also dealing with things similar to this. Not so much that it's like, oh, it's not that I'm alone. I don't give a shit if I'm alone. Like the truth, don't give a fuck about the numbers. If I'm the only one rocking it, that's fine with me. But to see that there are others and that I'm further along than she is, so I can kind of help her on her journey so she's not stumbling and staggering the way we did. We kind of wandered around in the dark for years trying to figure it out. Like we were so desperate for answers. I remember we would pray over lottery tickets in front of Starbucks. Like we're better now. We're so past that shit. But other people are waking up, and that's dope. That's dope. And see, what's wrong, big girl? It seems like people in my circle are waking up, and that's dope. What is it? Come here. Come here, Bigums. You gotta tell me what you need. What is it? Hey, I'm gonna go check on my dog. She's being weird and whiny. She might just want attention. I don't know. But things are happening. Like people are waking up, and I'm excited. And the suit's not